This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
I love Ben Riley.
November, but I can't give her what she wants. Anyway, welcome back to the Ultimate Spider Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, is...
Hey, y'all. It's Lilith Hellfire.
That's right. I said giving, as in Thanksgiving. It's our second show of November. So we're going to give you some more Hob-gobble gobble. The pun just don't stop. October, November, you're getting pumpkins in your face. What can I say? I almost had another treat for you guys today, but might have to wait till hopefully the next episode.
Yeah.
Ron Friends was set to talk to us, but he's signing at a Comic-Con. I think it's in Ohio somewhere.
Get Tyler on the case.
Oh no, Ron says he's like, I'm free. I'll talk to you whenever. It's just, but yeah, because I almost dumped more issues on us to do this episode, but I was like, no, he can't join us. We'll save some.
Yeah, save some.
All right, so today we're talking 5 issues. As if that's not enough. Amazing Spider-Man 249 through 251 from February, March, and April 1984. Which, if you want to know where that is in time, there's a big Marvel event we'll talk about there. And then Amazing Spider-Man 260 and 261 from January and February 1985. All of these before Lilith Hellfire was born.
Oh, you said it, so I didn't have to.
No, I know.
But a nice little cover from John Byrne on the first issue we're talking about. So
Byrne. That's right. Because.
And this issue is called Secrets. And it always I don't know. There's a song called Secrets. I forget the lady that sings it, but she talks about wearing mom jeans, and I just giggle every time now that I read this issue.
I know, it's funny because this issue starts. Peter's Peter's at the Osborn house, and he's basically changing out of his suit, and some woman walks in on him while he's changing.
Yeah.
But she's like, "Oh,
She puts her glasses on.
I know. Oh, Shirley. Oh, those pants.
Like, oh, so we're gonna get a sexy fun time? Like, what's going on here?
Oh, Lord. I know, but still, did you see where their house is? Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey!
That figures.
So, polish off the Jersey accent. I guess she put on her prescription sunglasses.
Yep. And it's like all these, pretty single women.
I know. What is this? The Osborn Mansion or the Playboy Mansion?
Poor Liz.
I don't know how Harry knows all these single women. I don't know.
Exactly. Well, maybe there was more to Liz and Harry's relationship than we realized. Now I need the mini spears for life with Harry. Now I need that spinoff.
All these gold diggers trying to get threesomes going.
Yeah, Liz gives him the tour of the house, though. She's like, I cannot stand Harry right now, so let me talk to Pete. Even though I don't really like him either.
Well, Harry was off giving one of the neighborhood kids a ride on his dirt bike.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
confusing messages here. I don't know.
Well, he's practicing being a father because it doesn't look like it. Isn't Liz pregnant? Yeah, Liz is pregnant at this point.
Yeah, there's spoilers, future Normie in there.
Which we'll get to later this episode.
Yeah. And then, so Peter, sees Mary Jane flirting.
Of course, where are all the single guys at this party? Hovering around
Jane.
bikini.
he like pulls her aside. It's like, hey, how you doing? What you doing?
Didn't I propose to you once?
Exactly. What a total just dunce.
But I just love like all the like jealous guys. Like, you can tell this is an 1984 issue because they're like, oh, what's she seeing him? Oh, maybe it's that wimpy Alan Alda approach.
Wow.
It's like,
just wow. That's an old.
I was like, was that a MASH reference? What?
Great show, but I don't want MASH references showing up in my comic book.
Wow, it's 1984. And it was like the biggest thing on TV, wasn't it?
That's what they tell me.
I know.
So then they got to talking about Aunt Anna and how she's staying in Florida, and she's looking there just like, I'm staying in New York because Florida's Florida.
She got modeling gigs.
And then Peter gets like this huge spider sense buzz.
Yeah. So then Peter and Mary Jane throw each other in the pool.
Yeah. What a wasted panel. Anyway, cut to the Daily Bugle. We see Jonah looking out his window all pensive, like he's about to drop the hottest album of 1984. And then Marla comes in, and I'm just like, really? Marla? And worst of all, Marla Madison.
Oh!
Yikes. And she's scolding him for smoking a cigar. I'm like, Marla, you knew what this was when you met him.
You married this old man. What do you think?
Like, what?
And then he's like telling her how he financed the experiment that created the Scorpion.
To stop Spider-Man, of course.
Of course. Scorpions, Spider Slayers. Sorry, Charlie Esser. Jameson's as big a vigilante as Spider-Man, if not worse.
I mean, he does write slanderous things that he knows to be untrue. Fake news!
He's basically created supervillains to destroy.
Wait a minute, are you saying he's basically? I won't even say the name. Never mind.
Oh!
I don't want them to buy Southgate Media Group and fire us. Never mind. Moving along.
Yeah. So back at the Osborne house, Harry gets a similar envelope to the one Jonah was holding. Then he seems all upset and rides off into the woods by himself. He's that dude from Seinfeld, the childhood friend who went into the woods and dug a hole.
Are you saying he's Summertime George?
Seinfeld van!
Oh. So then Pete actually does catch up to him.
Oh yeah, because
you wanted to be alone, you jack rabbit. Because they're in Jersey. I was gonna say something else. I was like, oh yeah, it's PG-13. You can't say that.
But yeah, Pete catches up to him quick because he can swing through the trees real quick.
Yeah. Wait, there's trees in the suburbs?
Again, it's 84 too.
Yes. So yeah, Harry's like, my dad was the Green Goblin, and Peter's like, what? You don't
shocked!
Get out of here!
Because he said he got an envelope just like Jameis. He got an envelope with someone's trying to blackmail him. He's going to reveal to the world that old Norman was the Green Goblin.
Yeah. And then Peter starts thinking about Gwen Stacy.
Always. But yeah, so Pete's thinking, yeah, Norman killed Gwen. He's ruined so many lives. Can't let him ruin Harry's too.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what a good friend. What a real sport. Old sport.
Then
after the next afternoon, Peter shows up for Harry at the blackmailers meeting.
Oh yes, at what is it? The Century
Club. Yeah.
Club. Yes.
Oh God.
Where all the rich white men hang.
Yeah. And he's like, this membership must cost a fortune. A fortune I don't have.
Yeah. Well, Harry inherited his, and of course
father's membership. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sitting at the bar in the Booker room, and I was like, Booker, sure.
Yes. Jameson's a member. Oh, hey, look, there's
There's Kingpin.
Yes, Wilson Fisk sitting down eating dinner all Godfather-like.
I know. And also there's like that fashion designer, Roderick Kinsley. And of course, J. Jonah Jameson's there.
Yes. This man named Kingsley, who maybe we've seen before.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. And then, Jameson's like, I guess he asked who booked the room, and the guy's like, oh, I thought you did.
And then they're like, poor kid's gotta go.
Yeah. Well, Peter knows something's up, so when the guy won't let Peter in, he's like, don't worry, Harry, I'll just hang out here.
And eavesdrop.
Well, no, he dashes. Well, yeah, after he dashes into like a broom closet and changes.
Mm-hmm. And he totally thinks the Kingpin is responsible for this meeting.
Oh, yeah,
like,
but that...
No, kid, wisen up.
But then inside the room, everyone's staring at Harry because they're like, his old man had all these secrets about us.
Exactly. Because, he left those old journals lying around.
Mm-hmm.
God, who does that? That's like making your security code to your phone 1, 2, 3, 4 at this point.
A megalomaniacal madman. But again, Norman died in the 70s, too. It's,
Was journal writing ever a thing? Like, I just feel like
it was
like a movie trope, but I don't think people actually did it.
I know, but it was like, he had so many secrets, he had to write them down. It was 72. It's not like he gets, like, save them in the cloud or anything.
A clone brain that's basically the Marvel's equivalent of the cloud, right?
And again, he was nuttier than a fruitcake, too.
True. Very true.
Luckily, that journal wasn't, like, written all over his walls or something.
Oh, I guarantee you, we're going to find a secret room one of these days.
But yeah, so everyone's sitting there waiting, and then pure villain thing, a curtain parts, and there's the Hobgoblin.
Like, what are you, Magneto?
You're probably wondering why I called you all here today.
Like, you still alive?
And of course, Harry's thinking, it makes all sense. He must be the guy who raided all my dad's companies. Duh.
Remember, Osborns, despite what they tell us, not that smart, prone to temporary death and permanent amnesia.
I know, but just everyone's like, you're dead. It was all over the news. You were Lefty Donovan.
Exactly. So, of course, Pete's watching from the vents.
And he's like, my spider sense is...
Why is my spider sense not going off?
And of course, then Jonah gets in Hobgoblin's face and says, "We're not gonna pay your blackmail." And everyone's like, "Stop! Shut up, Jonah! He's gonna ruin us all."
And then I love how old boy's like, "Harry, you're as crazy as your dad, so
Oh yeah, he grabs Harry and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're just as crazy as he was." And then Harry actually mans up and clocks the Hobgoblin, but it's a robot.
His head comes off. Yeah, I'm like, ah.
I'm like,
you got me.
Was that another Norman acquisition? A robot double?
Of course. It's the 80s. Of course, it's a robot.
But the last panel on page 16, I swear, I see you, Roger Stern. It's just, I believe isn't that Roderick Kingsley right there saying, then the real Hobgoblin could be anywhere. He could even be one of us.
Exactly.
Oh, like, oh my lord.
And then suddenly he comes.
It was. Because the next panel, Spider-Man's like, I wouldn't bet the family jewels on that, Kingsley.
Exactly. Comes crashing through the window.
That's right. Like, you went through a Hobgoblin, here I am. So then suddenly there's pumpkin bombs and everything's going off. And Kingpin's like, there's no immediate danger. Chill out. Be cool. I got this. Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, his guys are ready to just like start shooting the place up. He's like, no, sit back. I want to watch this Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Ah! So then of course, there's pumpkin bombs all over the place.
And he's got that special gas in it.
Oh yeah, because Pete breaks it with a web bat. But yeah, it hits him with that special gas.
That's not how any of this works.
Because again, another Osborn acquisition. It's the one that kills his spider sense for a while.
Yeah, so poor Spidey tries to track him with a spider tracer, but he blacks out. I'm just like, oh, this is the worst place you want to black out, homie.
Well, yeah, because he tries to get a spider tracer out, drops it, and then as the
the Kingpin rolls towards the Kingpin's foot.
Yeah, the Hobgoblin's about to blast him, and then a big serving tray blocks it, and he's like, "Who? Wilson Fisk."
Spider-Man's under the Kingpin's protection?
Even Hobgoblin's like, I'm sorry, sir. As for the rest of you, I'll be in touch.
I'll be leaving now.
And it's the Kingpin who throws the spider tracer on Hobgoblin.
Like, what is even going on right now? This is a what if? What is going on right now? And then he just suddenly has smelling salts. I'm like, okay, I totally don't trust this millionaire's boys club that they have smelling salts just at the ready.
Well, again, it's
Wait, no, it was the 80s. I think they're trying to tell us that Kingpin was gay and into some things if he has smelling salts to revive people. That's all I'm saying. Think about it. If you know, you know.
You know what? You know how much drugs and alcohol were flowing through that club. You need smelling salts.
Exactly. And so he's just basically a friend of my, enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation. You're just like, okay.
Oh yeah, he said eventually his Hobgoblin's probably gonna mess with my stuff. So yeah.
And like Peter's spider sense is really gonna go away forever. Shut up, Peter.
I know. Well, hey, that's our clip.
Somebody get Deadpool on the phone to smack him. Oh wait, we can't. We're almost a decade too early.
Yeah, I know. But no, yeah, that's his whole thing. He's like, but wait, my spider sense is gone. Maybe for good.
Okay, so we get basically a flashback to 183 when he talks about how he proposed and Mary Jane turned him down.
Mm-hmm.
But that jolt he got was actually from the Beyonder.
Yes.
That's revealed in Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. He swings into the thing that takes him the Battle World at the end of 251. Yeah.
The blackmail, blah, 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 Amazing Spider-Man 20. What else? Oh, the embezzlement. That's a shout out to Amazing Spider-Man #37.
Yep.
We all know the infamous issues for Gwen Stacy, so I don't need to say it.
Check episode 1.
Yep. Oh, and also the Roderick Kingsley thing made me think of Spider-Man Hobgoblin Lives 1 through 3.
Which we will get there.
Yes. That's why it made me think of that instantly.
But I love, so the next issue is Amazing Spider-Man 250. They even call that out on the cover. Special normal size 250.
I know.
I'm like, you would never.
You give me.
They would never do that these days. Never.
A chance to make $5 extra? No way.
I mean, they would put a reprint in the back of that thing. Something.
It would be special for it to be normal size nowadays. I agree.
Oh yeah. Well,
confessions. First it was secrets, now it's confessions. I'm sensing a theme here.
But I just love normal issue, and it's just like Hobgoblin on the cover. It's great. Steal it.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble. Okay,
so back at the club.
At the Century Club.
Yeah, Spider-Man's coming to, and we get him, how did I get here? Oh, yeah, Harry Osborn invited me, blah, blah, blah.
Such a classic 80s movies move.
So we basically get a recap of last issue up to the Kingpin telling him.
First of all, this is issue 250, so how dare you give me a recap? How dare you?
Exactly.
Your pace is wasting time.
That's weird. Not only is this a normal sized issue, but it's like the middle part of like a 3-part story too.
Exactly. It's just like, you okay, Marvel? You all right?
You know what? If they had planned
working on that bankruptcy, what's going on?
Remember, the first appearance of the black suit was 252. If they had planned this better, 250 could have been the first appearance of the black suit.
Exactly.
And then they really could have charged him. Oh man, if this had been like 10 years later, it would have been like, new suit, issue 250, new suit, hologram cover.
Oh, they were just growing up and learning how the business really works after 20 years.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
So basically, most of the guys in there are like screaming at Spider-Man, "Oh, now the Hobgoblin's gonna come back and charge us double blackmail money." And
but let's just cut through all that and let's talk about how Peter and Harry go to the coffee shop. I have like Peter and Harry moments sometimes, and this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's what he actually like. We talk about how he's missing like the marriage and stuff, but what he's really missing is a friend too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when's the last time he had a friend that was an actual friend and not a villain in disguise, a la Oliver Queen?
Well, and again, they're acting like grown-ups. You know, now it seems like they always want to like try to like, you know, oh look how wacky Spider-Man. You know, he's still the young hip kid. It's like, really?
Exactly. He's not like other superheroes. He's a cool superhero.
He has no sense of responsibility except for when he does.
Exactly. So yeah,
everyone wants to sweep that whole Century Club thing under the rug.
Yeah. But Peter's still worried about, you know, if he knows one secret about all these guys, he probably knows a lot more.
Oh, yeah, because he's like, hey, well, that's right, he has all of Osborn's journals, or at least most of them, and Norman discovered my identity before he died. Those could be in the journals right now, waiting for Hobgoblin to discover it.
Meanwhile, at the Hob-gobble hideout...
Yes, he discovers the spider tracer. But he's laughing himself
silly. Like, ha, he doesn't have his power.
He's laughing himself silly because that's in the journal. He's like, hey, I know he uses his spider sense to track these.
Which is weird. They did technically have GPS then, so it's just like... No. Hob-gobble is not worthy of the Joker laugh. No. Fight me. You got a problem with it.
Oh.
You know why we put Hobgoblin in November? Because he's a jive turkey. That's
oh!
Put that in your drop machine and drop it, Philip.
Good lord.
Anyway.
So anyway, Pete goes home and almost gets caught sneaking in by his landlady. He's like, that darn spider sense. I need it back.
Mamie Muggins. And worst of all, Mamie Muggins. Like, really? Give it a real name. Mamie Muggins. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry.
They always like want to like give Peter like all this bad luck. I'm just waiting for the day he has to move back into that same apartment.
What are you talking about? He's moving back into Aunt May's attic. What are you
I know. So Pete goes to start questioning all the guys who were in that Century Club meeting.
So he starts with that George Vandergill guy?
Yep. Who books a one-way flight out of town once Spider-Man leaves.
Like, I ain't telling you nothing. Get out of here.
He's like, I had nothing to fear. And then he's like, one-way ticket?
To Beamy? To Bamimi or whatever? And I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be one of an island or something, you know.
Yeah.
Sounds tropical.
But what you really do is you go to a cold place. That throws everybody out. Like finding me in Alaska.
And then he goes to question a gentleman named Roderick Kingsley.
However, when he questions Roderick, he seems too frightened to talk.
He seems too frightened to talk, but again, I don't want to give too much away, but Roderick does have we learn later, a twin brother.
Yes.
I just wonder, just that scared look, I wonder if that's the brother.
I don't know, because all the other blackmail victims kind of seem the same way, too.
Yeah.
And then he gets another, like, big jolt.
Oh, yeah, no one's giving him answers, so he's swinging around town, and he gets a huge jolt. Like, it knocks him for a loop. I mean, he almost falls to his death before he shoots out another web line.
So he's like, oh, my spider sense isn't gone. But I'm like, yeah, it's only numbed, I guess.
And again, what is so big that it could set off a huge spider sense tingle like that through the numbness?
Something's coming! Crazy. Sorry.
Crazy. So then, of course, Spider-Man goes to question the last guy, J. Jonah Jameson.
And he's busy writing a confession.
I created the Scorpion. Yes, because he's going to put it in the paper. And Pete's like, don't worry, I'll track down the Hobgoblin, and then...
But Jameson's like, no, I'm not gonna be blackmailed. I'm gonna publish my confession.
That's right.
He's like, you're being a hypocrite. I'm like, well, J. Jonah Jameson is a huge hypocrite. What do you mean? Like, is this shocking?
I know. But then Pete goes home and is like, why didn't I think of this before? Back in high school, when I originally created the spider tracers to track Doc Ock way back in Amazing Spider-Man 11, I had a tracking device.
Thank you!
And I love it's like inside one of Aunt May's old jewelry boxes. I'm like, what, did you pawn her old jewelry and keep the box?
Hey, man, you gotta keep yourself in sweet, sweet spandex somehow.
Hey, man, web fluid ain't cheap.
If you produced it naturally, it would be. Just saying.
Oh, well.
Oh, how you get it?
Growing boy.
Like silk comes out of a spider's butt. I'm just saying.
I know.
Oh, if he could actually do that, he'd be in the money.
Ow, my web shooter.
Anyway.
So yeah, he has to fix it because the battery's leaked and stuff.
Yeah. It looks like it's really in bad shape too. He's like, I don't need this anymore. You're not important.
So then later we see the Hobgoblin examining the spider tracer.
Yep. And then he actually does show up, and then in the battle, Hobgoblin gets disarmed, and he activates the built-in defenses within his hideout. And I'm just like, please be a glider to the neck. Please be a glider to the neck.
Well, then they're like blasters that start blasting. It like start destroying the journals. He's like, no! He's like, I didn't make any copies of them.
Stupid. That's the first thing you do.
So then he throws a pumpkin bomb at his own laser blasters, and it's like, okay, that's not...
Completely destroys the warehouse.
Yeah, see a big explosion.
And then we cut to Jameson giving the confession to the copy boy. He's like running on the front page, and you're like, you idiot.
Yeah, because he's trying to be all honest now. Alright, so then, Amazing Spider-Man 251.
Nothing special, nothing to see here, just a conclusion.
Doesn't say happy ending, just endings.
Exactly.
So yeah, so Hobgoblin and Spider-Man are all dazed from the explosion. The journals are destroyed.
But I like the cover, I will say.
Oh yeah, just with the hand coming out of the water holding the Hobgoblin mask.
Yes. And let's be clear, endings has an exclamation point.
Endings?
The fire department arrives. They're like, poor fire department.
I know, the Marvel Universe, jeez.
This is all first responders in the Marvel Universe.
So Hobgoblin tries to kill Spider-Man, but he gets in his battle van and tries to run him over, and he makes him run for it. And Pete barely has the strength to cling to the bottom of it. Yeah, this issue's really weird. It's just like, it's the two of them basically fighting on the van while speeding through New York.
Somebody just wanted to have fun, bro.
Well, you know what, too? I think this was like the first, this is like the first regular issue Ron Friends drew, so.
Oh, so he's just, he's getting the lay of the land.
He's showing off. He's doing some just big action in the issue.
I like that he's trying to splatter the hero all over, like a little bug on the windshield. I like that. That's kind of.
Oh no, he's like driving through buildings and stuff, and
then he even like tries to flip it.
Oh yeah, I just love when Spider-Man's on the windshield and he's just like cackling, and Hobgoblin's cackling. And he's like, "Oh, you need like a mortar shell to crack that windshield," but you see Spider-Man actually punching it and cracking it.
Like he's got cap strength, homie. And then, his spider sense starts to return too during this whole thing.
Oh yeah, as Hobgoblin, he gets in, and as Hobgoblin's beating him, his spider sense comes back. He knocks some sense into him.
Ha ha! More people need to do that to Peter, to be honest.
Get it? He knocks some sense into him, some spider sense.
So if you have to explain your joke, it wasn't a joke. Trust the audience. Don't be a Mark Guggenheim. Trust the audience.
Oh!
Shots fired! Bang, bang! Hashtag still bitter. Hashtag not my kitty pride.
What is this, Chicago? Shots fired! But yeah, Spider-Man seems re-energized with his spider sense back, so.
But that van goes off into the pier like we're in Inception.
Yep, over the side. And so they slam into the river, and the van's filling with water.
Spider-Man's like, we could get out, and Hob-gobble's like, nah, man. If I gotta die, you die too. It's fine.
You know, he's basically, as the sane Hobgoblin's mumbling, Norman Osborn was a crazy one, not me.
But, yeah.
The
He knocks him out, and then the water short circuits the battle van's controls and activates the self-destruct system. That is a very bad self-destruct system, man.
Again, I think it wasn't built by Norman Osborn, again.
True.
So yeah, of course they get separated. Spider-Man comes up to a police boat, and he's like, here, give me your light. Go down and try to find the Hobgoblin. But all he finds is the map.
That battle van explodes, so you know.
Oh yeah, but we'll get back to that battle van in 2020, so.
The battle van could have its own spinoff. Like the Mystery Machine. You don't really need the Scooby Gang as long as you got the Mystery Machine.
Ruh-roh. So yeah, all Spider-Man finds is Hobgoblin's mask. Ooh.
So, he heads back to the Daily Bugle to tell J. Jonah Jameson that you don't gotta worry about it, but,
It's already in the paper. Man, that was quick! It's already in the paper.
It was the evening edition.
It's already been set. It's already been printed.
And he's also stepped down as editor-in-chief.
Yeah, but he's like, don't think we're gonna go easy on you. Hey, it's Joe Robertson, But it's like...
Yeah, exactly.
I just love Jonah walks out and Spider-Man's like, tells Robbie, congratulations?
But then I love how Jameson's just like, don't worry, the public will see Spider-Man for the menace that he is, and you're just like, bro.
I know, you just printed a list of crimes, and it's like, you're still calling me a criminal. Okay.
Yeah. So, yep, he just goes, congratulations, Robertson. I was like, oh, the shade of it all.
Buddy.
Meanwhile, later on, Peter meets with Harry to fill him in on what became the Hobgoblin, and Harry thanks him, but he's like, it doesn't change the fact that my father was a monster, and I'm just like, and it's genetic.
He's like, you could be better.
So he's like, what can I do? And he's like, you're not anything like Norman, and you're gonna be a good father, better than Norman ever was. And I'm just like, is he though?
Well, he had hope. This was before the baby was born.
I know. You got high hopes.
you have to try to give some people motivational speeches, hoping they'll,
But this, kind of threw me for a loop when I was first reading it, because he gets that other, jolt from his spider sense. It's like, uh-oh, Harry's going to become another great... Is that the... Oh, kind of bummed me out that wasn't actually what that was about.
Yeah, no, because something's drawing him in the Central Park, so he changes into Spider-Man and swings into the big monolith, which,
and he can now track the location.
Yeah.
So Steep Meadow, and I'm like, I don't know. And it's like this massive alien structure, and he's swinging into the archway, and then he's teleported away. Oh no!
It said to be continued in Marvel Superheroes Secret War #1. But then you think maybe they showed some restraint on issue 250 because they're like, oh yeah, we got a 12-issue miniseries coming up.
Exactly. I honestly think that's exactly what it was. Nowadays, they wouldn't care. There's 8 events at all times going on.
Oh yeah. Every issue when every hero came back would have been double-sided. Oh yeah.
Ugh. You know, one revival that didn't get a lot of fanfare was Namor, and I'm just kind of mad about that.
Yeah.
How dare you forget the house that you're built on?
Maybe they're just afraid of Aquaman.
Let's all be honest, it's really the same difference. One just shows more skin. That's it.
True.
Anyway.
So yeah, so that was the last story before he comes back with the black suit, but we'll get there in 2020. But around a year later, Amazing Spider-Man 260.
The rose. The challenge of Hob-Goblin. Is that really even a challenge? Let's just be honest.
Oh god, yeah.
We opened with May Parker looking out of her window this time.
She's all mad at Peter because he dropped out of college.
Yeah. And it's like, one of her timid names is Arthur Chekhov, and I'm like, should we be waiting for his gun to go off or not?
I was going to say, what is this, Chekhov supporting character?
Exactly. He brought her some tea, though, so, you know.
He's like, look, I may have a cane, but I'm not in no wheelchair.
Yeah.
Oh, she got all those borders.
Yeah, this is one of those. This is like almost as bad as that stupid foundation thing that she's doing. It's like, I don't care.
Only got to give her, hey, he made a deal.
Now, does Aunt May really need something to do?
He made a deal with the devil to bring her back. You got to give her something to do. Otherwise, everyone's like, what was the point?
She's his last loved one. That's all that needs to be said.
Oh,
that he's a selfish, spoiled little boy.
When we're done with these issues, we got to do a Mephisto report because I didn't get to talk to you this morning. Okay.
Yes.
So, of course, last issue, Peter saw a news bulletin about the Hobgoblin still being around because he thought he was dead up to this point. So now he's just beating on criminals, looking for information. And his web shooter jams in the middle of the fight because, he's been wearing that fancy black suit. They needed web shooters for months.
Of course.
His web shooter jam. Guess it happens to some men, I guess. I love how the one guy's running away and he just, sticks his hand on the back of him, so he can't go anywhere. Oh, yeah, because he's been, threatening bookies and stuff, and then the guy's like, he works for the Rose. It's terrible, little disgusted look in the background.
Basically.
So then Spider-Man swings off, and he's again thinking about Secret Wars in the black suit, and how he's basically fighting with the Black Cat, and
yeah.
Oh, and Mary Jane just told him a few issues back that she knows he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. But then, luckily his mind returns to Hobgoblin, and he's like, I'm really worried about him teaming up with Rose. This is totally going to make things worse.
Yeah, I know. He's like, what's Hobgoblin? He's following those journals, but now that the journals are destroyed, what's he going to do?
And, of course, he's going to feel guilty if, the Hobgoblin seriously hurts anybody.
Of course.
Of course. So then, Hobgoblin reports back to Rose, and he's like, everything's going according to plan. And then the Rose, goes off on a personal mission.
Basically, the Rose is telling his henchmen, yeah, once Hobgoblin served his purpose.
Yeah. Because he's going to have enough power. But really, there's never enough power. Is there?
He's gonna tell his guys when to kill Hobgoblin. He's gonna give him a kiss from a rose.
Too soon.
Oh, you're gonna pee all over my joke?
Elsewhere, Mary Jane is running late for a meeting with Liz and Harry. It's like that's all she does and goes to Florida. Honestly, that's why you need to read Amazing Mary Jane #1.
That's right. Check out what was that, 2 episodes? No, we talked about that on Capes, didn't we? I'm so confused.
You do a million shows, Philip. I know it's hard to keep straight.
I know, Kristen. Thank you.
Great joke.
Thank you.
Anyway, she's talking about Liz's pregnancy and how she's finally showing, but somebody's watching them.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And you see a figure in a car. That's her. She's the one we want. Which one?
And meanwhile, Harry can't join them for lunch because he's back at the office. He's got work to do. What do you even do, Harry?
I know.
Meanwhile, at the Baxter building, Franklin Richards is messing up some stuff.
So, status quo. Yeah, because the black suit's been in prison there, which, again, we'll get to next year.
Yeah, he accidentally bounces his toy ball into his father's lab, and it's like, this is where it all goes wrong.
But even the black suit's like, I don't want any part of Franklin Richards.
Exactly. Because it's like, he recovers the ball, he makes eye contact with the costume, and it's just like, nope.
No.
He tries to hypnotize him, but let's be real. Like, no, you got uncontrollable power there, boy. No.
I know all the timey-wimey dimensional crap you pull on everyone else. No way. No thanks.
Thank goodness Invisible Woman swoops in.
I know. But then we see Harry going to his business meeting.
Hey, man. At least back in the 80s, they had manufacturing, and everything wasn't a gig economy.
Yeah. And then he meets up with, what's the dude's first name? Bob Mencken, but, again, another Hobgoblin suspect.
I know.
Oh, Donald Mencken, I think, yeah. And Harry's pretending to look over business reports.
And then something comes smashing through the window.
Hobgoblin! Hobgoblin! He's like, I come for your father's journals.
Get in line, homie.
Then,
like, Spider-Man just arrives, and you're just like, okay.
I get, well, he's thinking to himself, my hunch was right. Eventually he would come after. So what, was he going to follow Harry for days if he had to?
Yeah, I think he was.
King of the selfies, king of the stalkers.
Yeah, Pete can be creepy sometimes.
So basically, yeah, they're just like fighting in the, in this office building.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man's like, get out!
Oh yeah,
everybody out!
They crash into a boardroom, everyone out. They're like fighting in the halls and stuff. And
then we just randomly cut to the Daily Bugle because somebody cares about Betty Leeds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no one cares about you and no one cares about Ned. Stop trying to make it happen.
Well, again, another Hobgoblin suspect. She's like, oh, why is Ned never home? He's supposed to be home.
Exactly. It was like, that's when Anne McIntosh comes up with gossip about how J. Jonah Jameson is already back from his honeymoon. You're like, ooh, it didn't go good.
The old man didn't take his Viagra on his honeymoon.
Wait, they didn't have that in the 80s. You had horny goat weed from the gas station, and that was it!
Yeah, remember concoction Bill Cosby was using.
Not funny. Maybe a little.
And then more Hobgoblin suspects, because, the Hobgoblin's fighting Spider-Man right now. It's like,
And then they're like, get a hold of Lance Bannon or Peter Parker. She's like, I can't reach either of them!
Well, we know where Peter's at, but where's Lance
Bannon?
I mean, it's almost like Ned Leeds and Lance Bannon were having like a secret love affair, because it's like, you can't, all these guys are disappearing.
You know what? I'm gonna write that fanfic. Thank you for the inspiration.
Gobble gobble.
Meanwhile, back at Osborn Manufacturing.
Oh my lord, it's one of the best Spider-Man scenes ever. They're fighting in the bathroom.
Okay, yep, all theories confirmed. That's all I'm saying.
But no, it's so funny because Hobgoblin pulls out a pumpkin bomb. Spider-Man webs it through his hand, so to put it out, he has to stick his hand in the toilet.
Yeah. Okay, that was straight legit potty humor that I chuckled at. Like, what are you, 10, Peter? Are you Miles Morales? That's something Miles Morales would do.
Courtesy flush?
Oh my god, hold on one second.
Okay. Speaking of supervillains throwing bombs at people, Lilith Hellfire is about to go all medieval and... Well, no, she'll just yell at the dogs, but if there's any humans causing those dogs to bark, she will show no mercy. Supervillain-wise. You know what I'm saying?
I'm back.
Alright. So, I don't want to know where the bodies are buried.
So where were we?
So, basically, after Hobgoblin pulls himself out of the toilet...
Oh, yeah, we cut to Mary Jane and Liz finishing their lunch date.
Well, yeah, after Hobgoblin tries to escape and Spider-Man, tries to hang on to the glider, and basically Hobgoblin smacks him into the side of a train.
Yikes.
Yeah, so the Rose's men pick up Liz and Mary Jane, and Harry arrives just in time to see it.
And Harry is furious.
Oh, yeah, he's like, we'll get the whole, they'll regret the day they ever mess with Harry Osborn.
The Green Goblin.
I know, the son of the Green Goblin. And then the issue basically ends with Peter on the top of the train, just like, oh, that sucked, but at least the day can't get any worse.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It does. Spoilers.
Oh, yeah, brings us to our final issue, Amazing Spider-Man 261.
And this is where I get sad. 'Cause I just want Pete to have a friend without a lot of baggage, but ain't gonna happen.
Oh, good lord. So yeah, we see Hobgoblin coming in, and the Rose has imprisoned Mary Jane and Liz in a warehouse, one of his many warehouses.
Ah, the sins of my father.
Who could that be?
So yeah, he kind of villain monologues about why they're there.
Oh yeah, what's something from your husband? You're just
Collateral.
And they basically just brought Mary Jane along in case Liz goes into birth, because every woman knows how to deliver a baby.
I guess everybody's a secret doula. I guess.
Yeah,
I like how they're like, you're expendable. Like, no, I don't think so. Not Mary Jane at least.
Well, the Hobgoblin.
And would they really kill a pregnant woman in 1985? Marvel Comics, no.
I don't. Yeah, but a Hobgoblin calls Mary Jane Miss Watson, calls her by name, and she's like, "How does he know my name? How does he know my name?" So again, like a useless clue, because it's like Jameson knows who she is. Doesn't
exactly. Everybody knows. Everybody knows Mary Jane. She's a famous model. What do you mean?
Exactly. She's modeled for Kingsley. All the Daily Bugle people know her. So
they were trying. They were trying to leave crumbs that were eaten by the pigeons.
Basically, all they told you was like, "Hey, it's one of our suspects. It's someone you've seen before." So yeah, then the Hobgoblin's talking to Rose, and see the benefits of our relationship. My men can go grab your hostages, and oh hey, look at this plot device of this. I gave you a room to store some of your equipment. That's not going to come and bite you in the butt by the end of the issue.
Exactly. So we see Harry kind of tearing through personal storage. He's trying to find any of his father's journals.
Yep.
And then, he gets really upset.
Breaks open an old desk and finds one journal.
Mm.
It's a list of like a bunch of the Norman Osborn's property.
It's a master list of all the secret storage rooms, yeah.
Yeah.
Harry leaves and he's like, yeah.
What's that on his back bumper?
A stupid spider chaser.
Well, hey, at least he has a spider sense to track those now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we see Spider-Man following Harry.
Just after he said he felt so alone and there was nobody he could turn to help him.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the Baxter building.
But no, again, Pete's worried about his secret identity, because he's like, oh my lord, Hobgoblin has Liz and Mary Jane. What if Mary Jane knows who I am? What if she's forced to give up my identity to save them? And I'm like, Hobgoblin doesn't know she knows, dude. He's not going to ask her.
Well, yeah, who does he think he is? Laurel and Arrow?
But it's always comes back to his identity. Oh no, Hobgoblin has the journals. He might know who I am. Oh no, he has Mary Jane. He might know who I am. Always comes back to Pete.
Yeah, he's a narcissist. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So there's that weird flying device that they use to infiltrate the building, and it goes into the laboratory of, Reed's laboratory or whatever.
Oh yeah, freeze the black costume.
Yeah. Blasts a little small hole, scales down the wall of the Baxter building, and it's got some anger and hatred, and it's all focused on Spider-Man. How dare you abandon that poor little symbiote baby? How dare you, Spider-Man?
It's gonna make its way right into the last page of Spectacular Spider-Man 100, and then what Spider-Man 1.
Meanwhile, in Central Park, Harry Osborn waits for Hobgoblin to show up.
Who does show up?
Yeah. And he's like, I gotta know Liz and Mary Jane are safe.
Yeah, Hobgoblin's like, you better not be effing with me. And he's like, I got one journal. He's like, in the final entry is like a week before my father died.
Yeah. But the Hobgoblin straight knocks him out.
Oh, yeah.
And he flies away with the book and Harry.
And see, there's Pete in the trees thinking, oh, I hate to use Harry as bait. Not really. I hate to use Harry as bait, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Mary Jane and Liz's lives are at stake.
And then Mary Jane's like, does Peter know what's going on? It's like, damn it, Mary Jane, shut your mouth!
I know. Harry's like, but Harry's too stupid to pick up on it. He's like, well, no, why would I tell Peter? And she's like, oh, no reason.
Exactly. And then the Rose is like, congratulations, you actually completed a mission, you imbecile. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know if that's not what it sounded like to the rest of y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, so while Hobgoblin and Rose are brainstorming, Pete shows up, taking out the Rose's men. And then who searched Terry? Because he has like a gun strapped to his leg.
Whoever didn't do a good job.
I guess not.
Wait, was it the Hobgoblin's job? He's the one that took him into the house. Although,
again, unless they guessed correctly that Harry's a pansy, because he couldn't. One of the Rose's men comes in. Harry can't. Harry has a gun on him. Still can't.
You can't use it. It's like, bro, if you got a gun and you point it, you better damn use it.
I'm the Hobgoblin's son. I'm the Green Goblin's son. Oh, never mind. Until Mary Jane.
Somebody does get hit. Oh, wait. Mary Jane is actually the one that hits the guard over the head with a shovel. I'm like, where did the shovel come from? No questions. I know. Let's
leave these hostages in rooms with like shovels and.
So they can dig their own graves. I don't know.
They go their way out. I don't know. So they're trying to sneak out, and then one of the guards yells, "Hey, there they are!"
And then Harry actually does shoot at them.
He shoots like a warning shot over his head or something.
Yeah. So
which again, let's make more noise so they know you're escaping.
Exactly. Idiots.
So Hobgoblin takes off, and then we see Spider-Man outside. Here's the gunshots. So he's like, okay, don't need to be subtle now, as he rips the front door off.
Yeah.
And right as Hobgoblin's about to swoop in on the hostages, hey! Spider-Man throws the door at him. 2 birds, 1 stone.
And like, what is it with all the Hobgoblin battles, like, start ending in fire? What is that?
I know.
Is it because he's a jive turkey that needs to be cooked? I feel like that's what they're saying.
Oh, don't you? If you have to explain your jokes, love.
And it comes full circle. But this isn't super connectivity, so bite me.
Oh, okay, Charlie Hazard. So, yes. Oh,
but however, Harry's waiting for the Hobgoblin with his own weapons.
Oh, well.
They're going to fight it out as the fire spreads out of control.
Well, yeah, because...
With his lady friend who's pregnant.
Well, Harry tells Mary Jane to get Liz out, and because he stumbles across that room Hobgoblin has all his supplies, and he's like, ooh, there's something I must do. Alone. Phrasing.
And Liz goes into labor at the worst time. Like, come on, Liz.
It's the stress.
Come on, Liz.
Stress.
Only in the movies. Only in the comics.
Well, hey, if a kidnapping and a fire aren't going to make you give birth, nothing will.
I mean, she literally just started the show, though. That's all I'm saying, homie. Like, I just feel like
but again,
convenient pregnancy is convenient.
Yeah, but last issue, didn't they also say, oh, it could be any day now?
Convenient pregnancy is convenient. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that's how that works.
In the comics, that's exactly how it works. Because Normie's how old when you need them to be?
I know.
Franklin's how old when you need to be? Kids are convenient. That's the biggest lie comic books tell you.
I know. So, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, the Hobgoblin sets the place on fire when he throws a pumpkin bomb. Again, he throws stupid pumpkin bombs, because this time he throws it at a propane tank.
Idiot.
Yeah.
That's the secret word today, by the way. Every time you hear it, take a drink.
Idiot. Then Hobgoblin tries to retreat, grab that last journal, but someone throws a pumpkin bomb. Who? You?
It was me, Peter!
But then Mary Jane and Liz are trapped by the fire as she goes into labor.
Just, women are the worst.
So, Pete's ready to go rescue them, but then he hears gunshots, and he swoops off after Harry. I'm like, let Harry,
Yeah.
Get what he got coming to him, but because Mary Jane's like, but Liz needs you, so does Harry.
Yeah.
Because then Pete has to rescue Harry. He starts beating the crap out of the Hobgoblin, which he would have beat him.
But he had to save his friends.
Yeah, because Hobgoblin...
And this is why, as a superhero, you don't have friends.
Well, yeah.
It all makes sense now.
And, because Spider-Man's even like, well, I could just web you to the wall, and Hobgoblin's like, yeah, I don't think you're going to leave me to die.
Too bad he's not Batman.
I'm just like, wait a minute. He couldn't have put him in like some kind of cocoon and like carried all 4 of them out?
Convenient plot point is convenient.
I know, but Hobgoblin even saying he can barely move. He's in pain, but he manages to get to that glider, set the rest of his stuff on fire, and get out.
Yep.
But meanwhile, Peter has to throw a forklift through the wall to get everyone else out. But the firemen and the ambulance show up.
Yep.
I love they're loading Liz into the ambulance, and they go, "Who's the husband?" Or were they waiting for Spider-Man to say, "Oh, me"?
Wouldn't that be funny?
I know. Oh, hey, what's your name? Liz Allen. Who's the husband? Oh, the guy in the mask doesn't want you to know who he is. Oh, okay. Oh, my Lord. Can you imagine if, Harry and Pete both go, "Oh, me." Oh, never.
Oh, man. The secret plot twist that we all really wanted. That was the 80s, though. I'm telling you, if they were doing this in 2019, that's exactly what would have happened.
That damn web shooter.
Just goes off suddenly. Meanwhile, I like how Pete's like, why does the Osborn family have to continue to suffer? And we're like, because they're Osborn.
Yes.
No, it's like certain families have to suffer. Like in Arrow, it's the Lances.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 daughters that die like 5 different times and an evil doppelganger. You know?
It's like, don't worry, Harry will probably forget this night anyway soon.
Amnesia is genetic in this universe.
Elsewhere.
Hobgoblin.
The Hobgoblin gets back to his headquarters, all battered and bruised, and looks through the journal and just figures out, oh, these are all places he already hit. So he's like, basically, okay,
useless.
I've basically gotten everything I'm going to get from Norman Osborn because I'm not a blonde.
But of course, he does the vow every villain makes. He will destroy Spider-Man once and for all. But I'm like, I don't think so, homie.
Duh, he'll try. So yeah, that's week 2 of Hob-gobble.
Also, I just want to throw out, you should, for extra reading, you should read Spider-Man Hobgoblin Lives #3.
We'll get there.
I know, just for extra homework, is all I'm saying. Get ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah, do your homework and then email us your feedback on those. I see you, little fella.
Exactly. And of course, if you want to do some extra super further reading, you can do Amazing Spider-Man 410. You can also do Fantastic Four 274 and Spider-Man Fantastic Four #2.
Yes, because the machine that frees the symbiotes in that last issue, I think that's part.
Yeah, it is.
It's I wouldn't say Dr. Doom, but I believe it's Kristoff who destroys the Baxter building.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, before we get to what we're gonna do next episode, did you read Superior Spider-Man 12?
No, I told you I'm out on that. Should I?
It was the final issue.
Oh, okay.
Charlie Esser now feels our pain.
About what?
Mephisto has reset Doc Ock. Old Doc Ock is back in his old body.
Well, I mean, it had to end like that if it's a maxi series.
Well, I don't know if it was planned on be a maxi series. I don't know if they were just like, sales aren't good. We're gonna chop it at 12. I don't.
No, I think that's the story they wanted to tell because I feel like Mephisto's becoming a bigger villain overall in the Marvel Comics universe.
But it just seems like Mephisto's now a plot point of convenience. It's like, let's set everything back to status quo.
Welcome to the wonderful world of comics.
But I'm like, now Charlie knows our pain about,
Mephisto. Get it? He too has to do a Mephisto drop. It's only fair.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, why couldn't they have kept them as superior? Even if they're ending the series, why? I don't know.
I'm sure there's a whole nother universe where he's still superior.
I know. But even like Charlie was saying, there could be a clone running around. But I'm just like, why couldn't
There's always a clone running around.